How has the average type of rich person changed over the past 10 years? I imagine with AI now becoming a thing, you have a lot of people doing these like vibe coding startups, buying $1 million penthoughses in New York.
Yeah.
I guess not $1 million.
Yeah, way more than $1 million. Way more than $1 million.
$50 million penthouses, yeah.
I'd say the wealthy have gotten younger, and the opportunity to make that kind of money has become somewhat, I used to think it was like a gamble, but now feels somewhat more like a meritocracy. If you're incredibly smart and you find it there are incredible paths towards wealth, right? As you just said, like there's, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to make a better one. Like that, I think, is what gives me a lot of comfort in whatever we're building and what other people are building. Like you don't have to go and invent something new. You just have to make a better new. And I think young people see friction, and they also have less to lose. Right? It's not like they're giving up their jobs and they've got a wife and 3 kids and tuition payments. They're like, I'm 26 years old. Why not try and go swing for the fences? It'd be way cooler if I could have something that does an X and a Y. I would say the consistency with incredibly wealthy people, though, is their value of time. They just text. The size of deals I do that are,
Do they take calls often? And
no.
If they
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's really interesting. I keep talking. Expand on that one a little bit more.
I just sold something.
Phone calls.
Hates them. I just sold a place in Florida. I guess when the deal's all said and done, so it's like $210 million, all over text. And I literally could go on my phone and I have a note to him. I'm like, it would be easier if you could just give me a call and I could walk you through. And he wrote back, "Don't take it personally. Time is the greatest asset." I was like, I get it, but like, okay.
Seems like a smart guy.
Oh, but has clearly figured it out. But like they don't, and part of it too is for liability. Everything I say is now in text.
Wow.
So I can't just get on the phone and be like, blah, 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 right? Everything is in writing when you do things by text. So I think you're protected that way. And contracts are still done through DocuSign and email and lawyers and anything that's really, really important, they'll do over the phone with legal. But as far as I'm concerned, everything stays in writing and it stays in text because it's just quicker and to the point, and it's harder to BS. Like if someone sends you an essay of a text, you're like, dude, you're full of shit. If they just tell you what the facts are, you're like, I get it. On the phone, though, that could be phrased as, let me podcast you for a bit as to why you should buy this. And you're like, okay, don't convince me, just give me the facts.
How often do you get fake buyers who pretend to want to buy like a $20 million place?
All the time. It's a flex. It's always the guy who then brings a girl and he's looking at something for $40 million. And yeah, I'm going to wire you this. There's so much wire fraud, bank fraud. Like it's just gross. It's so annoying. We just had it. Yeah. We've had it multiple times this year. I think we've become much more adept of trying to smell things out. But con artists have become very, very capable. Like, especially with AI now, like the bank statements are amazing. They can get bankers on the phone, but it's just AI, like fake everything, and you just don't know. And then the money never hits, and it's just all
what's
bullshit.
What's the point of doing that? And like getting to the very end, and then the money
feel cool. Sometimes, what I used to think it was, especially when it's foreigners, is they take a contract and they sell it overseas. So they'll say, "Listen, I've got this $20 million place for $12 million. Give me 10,000, come in on it with me." And they'll use that contract to sell people, and they'll steal money from other unsuspecting individuals. A lot of times though, it's just someone who's crazy and they like to feel important. And so a real estate agent, if everything checks out, the bank state, they call the banker, it's fake, there's wild stories. They take you go to dinner. I'll send you a car. Yeah, no problem. I'll put you up in my hotel. No problem. Your budget's $50 million. Oh, absolutely. Oh, your girlfriend's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm happy to give you my discount at the store. And they do that for a week, and then they just ghost. And they just do that city after city after city.
Yeah. How do you?
So they're a career
that,
fake buyer.
There's career con artists. There's career assholes. There's career dirtbags. Yeah, of course.
So are you good at then reading these people out?
You try. I mean,
what are the signs you look for?
Name dropping. They talk too much. Most of the time, they talk too much. Obviously, so that's one. That's early on in a phone call. Okay. They also talk on the phone. 2, ungoogleable. Like if you're buying something, you're saying you have a budget of over $10 million, and I can't find you anywhere. If your social's sketchy, if you're not really Googleable, if the money comes from your mom or your grandmother, or it came from this, or a settlement here or there, like, right? And then you'll get a bank statement. Sometimes you want to check a proof of funds. And instead of calling the number on the fake bank statement, you just call the bank, right? On your own phone number. And you call and say, hey, does this person work here? And you try to talk to them. And oftentimes they don't exist. So those are some of the pretty easy ways to double check. But it does still happen. Like we just had a case, someone, a known guy in a town that we sell in Florida, like goes to the gym with our agents, been around, seemed totally normal. Said he wanted to buy a vacation property to rent out, right? He's getting into the hotel and hospitality business. $90 million. Has a banker, has everything. The money's there, no problem. Gets his attorney to put on attorney letterhead that money is in escrow for the down payment, which I think at that point it was 5%. So it was like $4.5 million. Just telling the attorney, hey, I'm going to wire it to you tomorrow. I want to lock up the deal. Can you just let them know that it's here? It's going to be here. And the attorney was like, yeah, sure. So we have this attorney letter, $4.5 million in escrow. We go to our sellers and say, hey, this deal is legit. It's an attorney letter. Let's move forward. The guy's normal. We see him around town all the time. And slowly but surely, we're like, hey, when are you going to release another issue with the contract? Okay, no, but let's work through it. Like we're holding the property off market. Okay, what about that? Oh, I need to do another revision. Here, there. 30 days. Money never was ever in escrow. It never ever came through. He stopped checking his phone, started calling us under a different phone number, started dodging meeting in town, even though he was there. And the whole thing was fake. Even he never sent Fed reference numbers, which is wire fraud, but he was sending emails like, no, I told my attorney to wire the funds. I'm going to fire that attorney. Let me get back to you. That buys 48 hours, right? Because we're like, see, okay. And then you sit there and you wait and you call and the number's been disconnected. Oh yeah, dude, my wife, she never remembers to pay the T-Mobile bill. And what do? Especially if it's a normal person you see in town all the time. You're like, I get it, but this is starting to get weird. I don't know. And then he shows up and he's in a Mercedes. He's like, yeah, let's go do the inspection. Is it cool? You go to dinner and he's your client. So you're like, I guess I pay for it, but this is weird. Yeah. That just happened. $90 million. Completely fake.
Is there going to be a lawsuit or anything?
No.
What would the lawsuit be over?
Fraud or something? I don't know.
But he never sent a Fed reference number.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And they're very, very, very smart about it. If you send a fake Fed reference number, you can be indicted for wire fraud. If you just are talking about, hey, yeah, I sent the money, I'm going to send it. Even if you send $1, like, what are you going to do? Sit in court for 3 years to talk about a guy that was just a dick? Like, sell it to somebody else. It is buyer and seller beware at the end of the day.
Although really quick, before we go into that, I just want to say that eating healthy sounds simple until, of course, life gets in the way. Like a lot of us don't have the time to go and cook 6 cups of vegetables to hit our nutrition goals.
That's exactly where our sponsor, First Leaf, makes it easy. They've created a microgreen supplement with up to 40 times the nutrients of fully grown vegetables.
Just 1 scoop gives you the benefits of 6 cups of greens. It's packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and phytonutrients that support gut health, immunity, and natural energy without stimulants.
And considering the fact that these nutrient-packed supplements are usually really tough to make taste good, these actually stand on their own legs. Although personally, I really like to have it blended into a smoothie with bananas, yogurt, and a few berries. It makes it creamy and fruity, and it's such an easy way to stay consistent every day.
It's also clean. Non-GMO, vegan, pesticide-free, gluten-free, and what's super unique is that First Leaf actually does the growing and harvesting themselves. So try it out today by going to drinkfirstleaf.com/iced to save 30% off your first month subscription.
Seriously, guys, do not skip your veggies. Either mix it with water or throw it in a smoothie, and it's a super easy way to stay consistent on your nutrition.
Again, that's drinkfirstleaf.com/iced to save 30% off your first month subscription, or the link is down below in the description.
Thank you so much to First Leaf for sponsoring this episode.